everybody? Welcome to another Tuesday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Coffee with Eddie. Yes, yes, yes. Another time to take a break. Take a break out of your busy day and join me with a little bit of coffee. And every time I come and talk to you about things, experiences, something that I have learned or something that I've learned from others and their experiences in encouraging you to create a lifestyle of freedom and purpose. Yes, freedom and purpose. And today's topic is really cool. It's one of my favorite topics. I think all my topics are favorite. I don't know. You choose which one is yours. But today is all about knowing is not enough. And specifically what I'm talking about today is the people who get frustrated with other people and they always point the finger thinking, oh, they need to change. They're doing this. They should be doing that. They, they do this all day long, right? And they never look in the mirror and they know what to do. They know there's something wrong with them, but they never want to change. They're like this. Everybody is bad. Everybody's awful. I'm the perfect one. But yet and I'm going to tell you a story what happened, but when I present it to them, they're like, oh, I know, but they never change. Never. That frustrates me because it's like my attitude is like, stop crying. Stop being a crying baby. Okay. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it's painful. Okay. We get that. But come on. Don't be coming with the same story every single year telling me that it's because of everything out there and never taking a look at yourself. Although they know what to do, they just don't want to do it. So that's why the topic today is knowing is not enough. It sure is not. You got to take action. Hey, later, David. So, all right. So let's talk a little bit about this because, man, it's something that I had to learn the hard way. Okay, I sure did. So let me tell you what happened. So every year, or basically every year, a few months, in the year, I basically go out and pick up my mom. I go and take her. She lives down south from me, so I drive down there and take her back. I bring her here to my home, and she stays here for a few weeks, and then I take her back. But every single time I go pick her up and we drive and we talk. We talk through the ride. It always comes down to talking about the same thing. And it is the frustration that she goes through, all right, with other people, meaning that she feels that other people should change their attitudes, their behaviors, their whatever it is that they're doing. So practically those two, their attitude and their behavior, which is one actually. That's attitude and behavior is one, and what they do, how they do things, they should change, right? She's got this idea that people should actually do things better the way she does them, or do something different the way she thinks it should be. And by the way, I hope I'm not throwing my mom under the bus here or something, but the reason why I'm going to talk to you about the subject today, because of what happens every time. I always have this conversation with my mom, but you know what? That's everybody, practically. Anyone who keeps coming back and talk about the same problem every time. Like, do you know people who you may just stay away from because they're going to talk about the same thing, and the same thing is usually something negative or something discouraging that they need to change. Not other people, it's them, right? Have you ever had that? I mean, seriously? Or come on, seriously, am I the only one who sees this? Look, knowing is not enough. Knowing, learning, practicing, taking action, it's good. But you got to go another way, another level from that is knowing, taking action, fixing what you've got going on, and then listening, taking a good listen to what others go through and understanding them, having that ability to understand others, because no one is the same. Me, you, we are not the same type of people. We may like the same things, but we do not do the same things the same way. We don't say same things. We are totally different and very unique. You as an individual, you are unique in the entire world. That's like super amazing by itself. The fingerprints, right? I mean, come on, think about that. It's like, no, not one fingerprint is the same. That is crazy, right? The same way that not everybody is the same, right? And so when most people want others to change, the fact is that they need to change. And unfortunately, those people that need to change, they know what they need to change, or at least they're aware. Like they know something could be better in their life with themselves, but they don't do anything about it. And again, that's why I brought this subject. The knowing is not enough, because it doesn't matter how much you know. And again, why I'm saying this is because, driving my mom every year, every time, it doesn't fail. We always talk about the same thing. And the same thing is that she knows she can change. She knows she can do things different, but she doesn't. She doesn't. And you know what? I've known people like that too. When I was when I was in the fitness industry, okay, people, right? They will come to the gym, and they would basically everyone was the same thing. It's like, I want to lose weight, I want to look good, right? Everyone. So I will sit down with them and go through like a little questionnaire that we have, find out a little bit about themselves, and so finally at the end, I will go and take them out and work them out. And it didn't matter what they had told me, because the workout would tell me basically the truth, right? Like if they can handle for a workout training with me for 30 minutes, then dude, they are now ready to take the next step. Like at least 99% of the time, the people who came through could not last 15 minutes. Okay. And again, that was just me not being, mean to them. It was just me seeing what it takes for their body to start switching gears, to change, right? Because they would tell me that they knew they're not eating right. They knew they weren't coming enough to the gym, so that's why they're hiring a personal trainer. They knew that they were getting sick, and that certain things were not being right, and the doctor was telling them, so they knew this, and so they came to make a change, right? But knowing that and doing the work was was a shock to them, and that was my purpose. My purpose was to kind of tell them without telling them, right? To show them, you know all the stuff, you know what to do, but I'm going to put you through what you need to feel it now. It needs to be like shock you and say, whoa. So I remember there was this one time, man, this was back way in the beginning when I first started in the fitness industry. It was this dude, right? He looked a lot more buffer than me, like big, solid, right? Not overweight, just solid, but a little belly, right? And basically he came to me because he wanted to take his workout to a next level, to a higher level. But I could tell the guy was looking at me like, what is he gonna teach me? And totally get it. Okay, totally get it. I didn't, as a matter of fact, not only did I have less weight back then, okay, but I wasn't the buff guy. I didn't have huge muscles or anything. My techniques were all about functional training, core training, right? So I could tell the guy had a little attitude, like, what you gonna show me, right? So I said, you know what? Let's not talk about it. It seems like you know just about everything. I'm like, let's not talk. Let's go work out. Right. And I took him out for a workout. Now you got to imagine this guy was a little bit over 200 pounds, maybe about 6 foot, and, buffed up. Right. So I said, hey, listen, let me take you through a workout. And I told him, I said, look, if you can go through this workout that I'm going to give you, um, I'm going to tell you that you just don't need me. It's like, you don't need us. You don't need training. I said, but however, if I take you through my workout and you cannot finish it, then you're going to have to just pay so we can train you. And he's like, it's a deal, right? I said, okay, sure, let's do it. So like when I first started him, I knew exactly what he was missing. And I told him, I said, hey, so by the way, we're not using any weights. And he's like, what? Like, how are you going to mess me up? Right? He's thinking weights. I said, no, we're not doing any weights, man. We're going to do your own body weight. All right. We're going to get this jump rope and we're going to do this elastic band. That's it. And so you have to go through this process with me. Deal? He's like, man, he is like, remember, he's like, what is this guy going to teach me? Right? So I went through it. 10 minutes into the workout, he was feeling it. He couldn't keep up. I got to about 20 minutes and it was like, I was even worried because, right? The ego, right? He was like, I got to make it. But man, I was worried. Like I could actually see him getting pale. And so finally, yeah, he gave out. He felt like he was going to throw up. And sure, I won. Yeah. But what was the point of all that? That why I did that? Because he knew what to do. He knew things already. But it's not enough. Knowing is not enough. I had to break that pattern by showing him that things that he thought he knew, it's not what he wanted. It wasn't going to get him the results. Plus, it will be like, I basically stopped him from saying and pointing, all because of this or because of that, or I can't do this or I couldn't do that. He started to, no, it was like, it's, yeah, me, right? I've been focusing on the wrong thing, blah, blah, and, so on. And so he got training and all that good stuff. Anyway, why I tell you the story again is because everybody who has a difficulty, who has a challenge, and they get frustrated from the external sources, from the other people, from what they see, very likely they know that they need to also change, but they don't do it, right? They don't want to do it because it's hard. It's hard. Look at this guy. Like I trained him up and trained him and 10 minutes into it, he was already 15 minutes. He was done. 20, he was pushing it. And, I broke him down. It's hard. It's really, really hard to change, right? It reminds me of that. There's that song from Michael Jackson, Look in the Mirror, right? Remember that song? That he's basically saying, you want to change the world? Well, start with you. Look in the mirror. Start with you. So I want to leave you with something here today that I believe it will help you in any area of your life, not just business, but family, friendships. Okay, it's going to help you. And let me tell you what the simple thing, what it is. It's basically, if you want that other person to be a better person, if you want your spouse to do certain things that you would like, if you want your children to do things that you think they're the right things to do, if you want your coworkers to not mess around with you, leave you alone, if you want your friends to I don't know, do whatever it is that you think in your eyes and in your world should be done. If you want that, do it yourself first. Simple. Do it yourself first. Take the time to understand you, okay, first. So let's say an example I told you with my mom, right? So my answer to her was, look, you've got a way to feel better about your relationships with others, but the only way you're going to do that is by you changing first, meaning you doing what you think is right, no matter what others think and no matter what others do. Um, there was a story I used to tell my wife, and I used to tell Misty this. I was like, at the beginning, I said, "Look, honey, if you ever want me to do things for you, you're gonna have to approach me and understand me better." Okay, and so here's a story to tell you. So as a man, most of us, most men, we got this ego inside of us, right? And so we like the to be put on a pedestal kind of thing, you know, right? And we always want to win. And there's the wife. The wife, she doesn't have an ego. As a matter of fact, she just likes, to be treated good and security kind of thing, feeling. So the wife wanted her husband to take the trash out. But her husband comes home and he's tired, he's fatigued, right? He doesn't want to do that. So he wants to sit down, get a beer or get food or whatever it is, and watch the sports. And so the wife couldn't get him to take the trash out, right? And eventually she figured out a way. And the way was to understand who he was, right? So she did this Jedi Knight on him. For those of you who know Star Wars, he did this Jedi Knight thing on him, and so she sat down at the couch and she had her girlfriend with her, and so because she wanted to show off what her husband can do, but there was a purpose for that. So the girlfriend was there, and the wife was like, okay, listen, my husband's gonna come home. I'm gonna make him take the trash out. And her girlfriend's like, well, he's never done it before, like she knows this whole story. She's like, watch. So the husband comes home, and she says to him, wow, honey, you're so tired, you're fatigued. Can I get you something? And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, so he's good. And then all of a sudden, when he finished eating and he finished drinking, he goes to the kitchen, right? Or he finishes basically, and they're at the kitchen. And the wife says, oh, honey, are you working out? Are you working out? Right? Because I can see through the shirt, your t-shirt is getting a little bit more tight around your arms. He's like, oh, well, I have been going to the gym a couple of days a week. Yeah, baby, you look like you have. I mean, let me see you stand up. Let me see you walk around. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right? Husband is all like, ooh, that's right, baby. Wow, showing arms, right? And then she says, honey, since you're up, why don't you take that trash out? I want to see those arm in actions. Right? So he's feeling good, right? Strobing his ego, right? He's feeling good. He picks up the trash, and he poses, and she's like, oh, wow, baby, you look great. Look at that bicep just came out of, wow, right? And then she says, well, honey, okay, walk slowly. I want to see, right? And the guy is like feeling good and he's taking the trash out. And so the thing about that is this, okay? That if you want somebody to do something for you, with good intentions, okay? If you don't do bad things to people like that. If you want someone to do something for you, if you want them to act differently, why don't you first learn who you are and then use that information, what you know about yourself, and start paying attention to who other people are, their strengths, their weaknesses, their hot buttons, and all that good stuff. And then be considerate enough to understand why people do what they do, and watch. Things start to happen. You'll be able to have people be the way you want them to be. I do that with my children all the time, man. My girls, it's like I do that. Okay, so again, yeah, it's all about you can know all you want, and you can blame everybody to say, hey, they should be doing this. what's the latest? The government stuff. The government should be doing that, or whatever it is that you think that everybody should be doing. Stop for a moment, because you know what could be done, right? So knowing is not enough. So stop for a moment and take action. Do it yourself first, right? Learn who you are, learn your strength, learn who you are, do it yourself, do it with a good heart, and watch people start changing because of you. And again, going back to that song, uh, look in the mirror, right? That's how you change the world. You start with yourself first. You change first, and you'll see things start to happen. So that's what I have for you. Yay! Yay! It's all about you. Knowing is not enough. Doing is what you need. And how do you do something is you start learning, you start paying attention, be the leader, right? And then people will follow, and you'll see things will start to change. All right. Awesome. So, thank you again for another coffee. By the way, same coffee this time. I haven't gone and bought any new one yet. As a matter of fact, I may go today, get some new one. But this coffee is from Joe's something. I can't remember the store, because I'm never going to buy coffee there again. But definitely Peruvian is my favorite so far. It's light, nice, good taste coffee. But this one is good. For now, it's good. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching me, and thank you for watching the recording, of course. In the meantime, you want to know more about what I do and how I help people out to create their lifestyle of freedom and purpose, and go check out my website. Go to eddiesand.com. You can find more information and resources that I have there for anyone who is looking to create that type of lifestyle. And I will talk to you next week on Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And by the way, I keep looking this way just in case you didn't know that I got the phone going on. I got Instagram on today. But anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much. Like, comment, whatever you want to do here, subscribe, whatever it is, wherever you're watching. And I will talk to you next week. Have an outstanding day. Peace.